Memo ato Ghana man adeshaman memo biara ahaz ba ewiaber Prem Kasebo wo big family radio kasa efrido Embrano asoda ensama hodro yensaka na yabo abano no mezebo sumde ewiaber Prem Kasebo wo kasa efrido ensama no doso papa ye nemom zozumu akoten ebine day Man paying away in don't base on manga ne enyim no wakasa achem day enta wanta wana mentamu asa wa manhom do manga na hano se aben yo to say say we ntu anye hwehwamfa ho a onozi oba obhwe na wezi ho dwuma abatu komisan abo oye owura Frank esiedu bekwen nizin day ono ena oye mbrehye bedwum na weyin wo epoye mantemu krabata oye suhum wo The men say Mukuriansu oyo owura yakumi ono so na wa pound there onne nkunyimzefo ewo akotia abato mpesiedo na NDC amayokuno so akasa afamom Yewura Alexander apanyoma can say ono onkotene baby embu amampanyin oye mahama enyimitie biada ensam no bi ne kan ho na mabon ne bedao mezebosomode Ewiaber Abusua kase Akan Kasebo wo big family radio kasa efrido Abusua okinkenya watamanka ende ewiaberi zin amejedo aranyana ejata Kobana dodona from ejata koko school time was porcupine afejebrei na manfa ensamano nenchemu emo Man paying away in the ombedi or mine Ghana enyim oye mfishia anani oye o man paying John Dramani Mahama ono enem primping orchestra no richemode yeshe abato yeto wie wenchi na mantemo wasa o man homodo ewo o man Ghana hana oye homoto no ateti ye pa na ni nemu no oye man paying Yewura Yohani Dramani Mahama orchestra no richemode se nyame yadom na se abanyo tidi number no so no okọ no ye hwehwema hunde ntawanta wosi ewa abato brem no wentuma ye hwehwu biara mfam ama wona de wodon kwa mbrem no wafo na nkom brema ono omampanyin Yewura Yohani Dramani Mahama oba obaye hwehmu afadame nzama no ho pa no wehu de mbre no ye dwuma o manga na ha na asotwe bia obi anom wodi ama amanfo okase echem de ye hwemntemo wasna ntawanta obi na ekum npekunkum okrodo ewo ayewo so west wo gona batum peshedo wo afi apime bi na eduanum na oye atete papa ni nemu no obohwe na waye ho nhwemu na mpata bi ohodum amanfo binom wodi amwan ansami odutugwa wa brampanyifo bi bupene na se ewo nkrankodum mo ho na okasa ya oze de mensama hodui odutugwa
we have long-standing relationship with the EU and we value that relationship very well. The EU is one of our major trading partners and economic cooperation partners, and so I want to assure you that we want to, like you said, not only maintain the relationship but raise it even to another level. A lot of the foreign direct investment that comes into our country comes from the EU, and we want to deepen that, especially in the current economic crisis in which we find ourselves, where we are shut out from the international capital markets. And so we have to do as much as possible to increase foreign direct investment so that we can keep productivity, we can keep employment, and be able to find jobs for our young people. Thank you for the support before, during, and after the elections, the technical support, and then also during the election, the EU observer mission was one of the biggest, and I think that it's helped to create a successful outcome from the election that we held. We are happy about the smooth and successful election we had. Unfortunately, there were a few incidents that have marred it, a few deaths, and it is our intention to investigate, what led to the deaths of those people, and if people are culpable, then they need to pay the price, for what they've done. And so, as soon as things settle, I hope that this government will start to investigate those incidents, but if that does not happen, we will do it as soon as we come into office. We want to engage as early as possible with the EU so that we look at the details of our cooperation and see how we can tweak it to match the program that this new government wants to undertake. I'm sure you've heard many things from our manifesto, all that, and so we're hoping that we'll be able to sit with you as quickly as possible and see how we can align our programs to suit the new priorities that the incoming government would have. So far, things are going well. We, according to the Presidential Transition Act, inaugurate heads of state, and I had the opportunity to speak to President Macron, and also we have a scheduled phone call from the UK Foreign Secretary, and our neighbors, we have calls from our different neighbors, African heads of states, and interestingly Indonesia, not only locally but
na ensamfo from so no yekopemu ewo epoye mantoma na oye owura Frank esiedu bekwen dodo na agbonombrane de protozua ono ene mprempen wabotogwa echem de ono edi nkunyim ewo abato yeto wafi apime bi na eduno ananemu suhuma abato mpehyedo no ono mprempen wey no mbe mbehye bedwome ni fama adehye wo NPP ni na wochema abawoto no onyam dodo no mpimedunsia aha wotwe edrenum enum 16,855 eno onyen na oye NDC nyina ono ne pre no pa kings no ono so enya abanemu no empimedu enum ahebien edrenum nkono 15,259 na ono wechem de yewra oye Frank esiedu belkwen wetum wedi nkunyem nti returning officer onyam de ma abatu komisan ewo suhum abatu mpeshed no okasai na oba abano edeche amanfo
Frank esiedu belkwen plus 16,855 votes. Prince Adolf plus 259. Emmanuel Dede Yafi plus 159. Kojo Asante plus 14,860. Total valid votes 47,133. Total rejected ballots 671. Total vote cast 47,804. Therefore, by the power invested in me as the returning officer for Suhum constituency, I hereby declare Frank Esiedu Belkwen as MP elect for Suhum constituency 2024 election. Thank you.
Abusua na the mensem no NDC amayokufu S1 wonwase na kwanye wofodo bobo abano wohunde kululu bi akom katashi bi akoma wonte wonwase kra ente no wochem na hwe wo wieye no wo wieye papa enti won kokko wa paya onya asamgete.
Polling stations cannot be accounted for, and you are declaring results. You want 6 polling stations and 5 polling stations which are made up of over voting. They have accepted it, and this one amounted to almost 2,000 to 3,000 votes. You want to declare results?
The results that are being collated from the same polling centers.
That is being aided by the Ghana police. They must stop it. They must stop it with immediate effect.
So are you saying?
Enti Abusua yankwa ensamfo from so na oye about to come sign returning officer ono so akwatia about to mpehyedo wabo yewra Ernest Yakumi ono ye NPP ni wabo nizinde ono ene wedi nkunyim ewo afi apime bi ne duno anana abaye towe ewo oman Ghana ekopemu ewo akwatia about to mpehyedo wa ono na wedi nkunim na wonam ochema owura Kumi abano onyamu empime dunkono ahebi ne edusian kono 19,269 votes ene onyen ene yewra buache so onya abanemu no oye mpime mpimi dunson ahebien esia 17,006 ano onyan na what's total valid vote cast okrodo wo ho no eye mpimi duesia esia ahanan eduason enum 36,475 and rejected ballots nso no kokaye 294 mpimi ahebien eduakono anana na ono wochem de ekani na boma oye mpim Eduesa Esiam, Aheson Edusian Kono, 36,769 in the Nimununa, Ora Oye Kumi Onya Impimidon Kono, Ahebien Edusia Enkono.
The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, I want to announce, because we are done with the coalition, so I want to announce the presidential results. Muhammad Baumia got 17,948. Daniel Augustus Latte 40. Ekanako had nothing. Christian Pabina Andrews 53. Kofi Akpalu 3. Mohammed Frimpong 7. Nana Akosia Frimpoma 35. John Dramani Mahama 17,685. Hassan Abdullahi Ayariga 36 votes. Kofi Brantin 4 votes. George Chumberima Edu 13 votes. Nana Kwame Bediako 255 votes. Alan John Kojo Chamatin 33 votes. Total valid votes 36,112. Total rejected ballots 698. Total vote cast 36,810. Thank you very much. Then I proceed with the declaration of Akwatia constituency member of parliament. Akwatia constituency. NS Kumi had 19,269 votes. Henry Yadongwachi had 17,206 votes. Total valid votes 36,475. Total rejected 294. Total vote cast 36,769. With this, or based on the results so far, based on the results mentioned, and on behalf of the chairperson, I declare NS Kumi as the MP elect for Akwatia constituency.
Abusua na ono sechi no na oye NDC ohoyoku no wane chechofu pehin ekwer yewra oye Peter Buama Otukono ono na ono so kasai na nasmaruka ne ina kwanya wafa Dorian and once 1,000 de ochna ene da na ehwenta wantawa na do kodu nimpo na ehunde abaye wotoyi wode ma de hye wo no uwiem nta ono no onte no ase.
It is the numbers that we want to compare and be sure that nobody has posted the elections gone to amend the pink sheets. And so we check the veracity of the pink sheets. Incidentally, Electoral Commission has come that they have made some of their pink sheets. but they are holding some duplicate pink sheets, and the other parties are not having pink sheets at all. They are having photocopies of what seemingly is considered a pink sheet. But we don't have a problem with that. What we have a problem is the pink sheets that we have, the numbers should tally with what they have. And so what we have agreed on is that if EC mentions the polling station and they have the pink sheets, we check our pink sheets if we have it. If the MPP has it, then we check the consistency in the numbers, then we add. If the Electoral Commission is having the pink sheet and we do not have, and the MPP is not having, they can use it. If they have a pink sheet and MPP is having and we don't have, we must interrogate, flag that polling station and interrogate whether it is consistent with our entries, the original entries on our computer. If it is consistent, we don't have a problem. If it is inconsistent, then that polling station must be flagged. And that's the arrangement that we have put across. And we believe that is a very peaceful arrangement that will allow us to collate the results peacefully. Then if we are declared the winners, we go. We know that we have won the elections. We are confident we have won the elections. And so any attempt to rig the elections will be resisted. And that is why we have sat here since morning trying to collate the results to make sure that we are declared the winners of Nsamadweju.
How many of the
na yanko ensanfo fremu ekopemu ewo Asan Central about to pressure one fifth in one tomam. I'm on the both for burning 9 dem. A new pebinima when I join them. And some of what I call the atom ranch and wafuku or your nadmo for them. And come on from what this she been more than do upam. No franchise number no. Obia me and your cache or pedovia. In chance, make sure roofing shit and cocoa bay Adrianum 15. Or pedovia na so all your men's pon a pain or no, make municipal assembly. No pay no no and tampana no aya ha emwakokokokusum na wochema woni NDC fu no wokesenye na no so abeka sa chem dem enwona na nka wobu wi ndama no wonye NDC fu bia na woye ebinum
amai ba ye no person mo de nyama bebre to NDC youth so de asi wa hane kire se nya NDC youth na mmom ye MPP fo na edi sa djuma na de be ya o mbetimi dia sa NDC youth ye na no be ma ye tip of say mekwe enema fua omowia wa assembly wa omodeko ye bi meka ye ba nso ya nokre almost be 50 packets ana nke netmo coordinator mo aba wa be sisa hwen plagwa ka ho ne nema papa no ba ya wa sisa ti ya tokre do a ye de ba betum se de be ya aban foforo no aba no be hwen nema na se wo se wo cha na wa chema netmo ye de akọ bonkrofo das wuni kwa so nko abe sisa e se wo de kwa board das wi ya na de ahye NDC for on ka se bi kura ya me ya ne se a ye yire na e de abegura na se mo wuti bo hin ya e de na wo yire akoton chance ya netmo office na wo de ba be yes remo enukre bi na ye krono na wa bebo ti ya che na ye frene oje
na yankon sanfo from yekopemu ewo Asante Mantomu a oye Ghana Water Company Limited wane nkwa bata kro ho no woye oye kire de dende na won gbefu ye pa na ebufu ni na ayene dem one office wo woye edwuma no edwuma ku bi abebu budan na egukwa a wonyim bebi ofi bebi okoshe bebi ofi ba enti onam no won gbefu wo sa wona edwuma fo na bi wonye bida na Asante Mantomu fo a wonye nsun no wonye nsun wa wonye nsun ye ziban wonye nsun fom rate de wo bot pipe na ochine so ko bi ma we no ko ye jam enti woda de said what the ma ye che shadu atra bande we nwa abire ye pa de denti en wona asonye wotan ye adwuma no we tum da medayi woda ma nkwan kro adwuma bi don fam be ye adwuma wo buju de ni na legwem pempen we nwa tutu ka woni 71 de adwuma no wanya yenti amanebo a ofi wo bay.
As you rightly mentioned, on the election days, a day before the election, a private developer encroached a property of theirs, two of their managers, and destroyed their fence. And some 5 others have also been earmarked for demolition. But what we understand is that this particular property that the workers of the Ghana Water Company are contending as part of a land that was leased to O2432 or was ceded to O2432 the second in 2023. And so in that particular land is the ridge residential area. It's around Tenyame and Nishaeso. And so for that particular land, every private developer was expected to be maintained. However, those that were occupied by government officials, they were to be relocated to another place that was given by the government. That's the Regional Coordinating Council to them. And so from our sources, we understand that the Regional Coordinating Council have developed a house or a facility to house all of these persons who are supposed to move from the land, which is some 400 acre that was ceded to 242 the second. And so they are supposed to move from this particular location to the place that the regional coordinating council has developed for them at this particular area. But according to the group themselves, they have not had any communication of a sort from the regional coordinating council. They told us emphatically that the communication is supposed to happen between them and the head office, between the head.
Na yanko ensanfo from yekopemu ewo NPP amayokunu akache yera Alexander Apenyo Markins ono edom kasimba danu nyi wo manga na mbehye bedwomufie ono enolkase na nansamoro kane na ene de yehye ngwa hodo wa NDC amayokunu wenya ewo manga na mbehye bedwomufie a osi etumu de bebre na kasa no oye nvium pa no wom katashi na wode fado edegi da mengwa no enti awonso a woyem NPP fo no waba fambra kondo pepe wonfa bebia wana mambra kondo egwa biyeda oye NPP fuda NDC amayokunu wode katashi na wode nvium gi fo nsem no awonso obena mambra kondo na wada age efi won nsem
na se etutro so mambem na yeye bibia boko e mbra kwan so a ye hunya wodi nkoni Jesi ano sumu so de omo ye wi ano so ye ni ya che omu na your friends and sawo madwoji e o de mi hu dia minia anodom brede ayo omo aro yo ma de so mu frustrate process no first omu dwane ye omo se omo mba your first easy for starting ya pepe na omo ba ya ave omo se omo ni omo pin sheet ni ye de ye wo pin sheet na na ye wo scan copies ni so and then sign what soft copy. Internet, I want to move out to the dia. Some say, Omudia, Yadia, or East is Omudia. The year one also, the himself, the Kumanov, anytime a central, the answer so, Omobashonoma, a proper collection. Yenya Buama, the answer so, the Basha, a proper collection. Then all other areas of Mudi by force, adequate declaration. I'm sure some double what you want to say about the end topa and they say. Then I'm NDC for and so Muslim be fidia Dr. Baumia say abano omun tuwe omun kan ye na yen say figures ayenya we will say ayenye about answer is kwabe kasa adena yen jitu mu say presidential no ye lusu na omudie parliamentary seat be omun so mo lusu on person mo do tokoba and then to me say police for me easy for enya fema nke na anu de basabasa ba ye de embabe ejuma enya nim say nyame adumo a seat aye dia the for due process it will be declared for us enya magic enya by force the be from the council
that as much as possible our emphasis on that day of our driving station is consistent with what we are saying this because we are seeing that in cases where the EC has amended swap results on the master sheet and that is having the public so we have our own
Abusia ya twa ensam no do na yera Alexander Apenyo Markins so asna ka sebiem no richem day ehwe oye omanga na ba yeto oye December bosom na doctor do esani mu na ehwe abatumpe hyedo ahodo na mbehye bedwemu fiefo ahodo a honungwa ho abansam na osi enwon NPP amayokunu wa hya se wo ye hwehwemu efa ambadodo a wonyan obi wo ekoba bi ane da compensation bi do a wonya be 16,000 na wa to do oda be 14,000 na chere we di ntwa na sa enti wa hya se wo ye proper collation ana wo ye auditing na wo bo hwe na we hu no biada owom.
Leave the past behind us and then embrace a new system of transparency and due process. Yesterday I noticed one thing that our colleagues on the other side were so uncomfortable with the process. Some artificial delays, some pretenses, and something that was very striking in the evening when some of their leaders came here and they were telling us that their foot soldiers were amassing outside and that we should delay the Nsawoma Dwejiri. I said, why? So if they win, it means that we've won all the 4 and that the Afro soldiers will not be happy with them. I said, why? You know, so all of you know that Honorable Anodompe has won and that you are only trying to frustrate him. That is not democracy. And when you talk, they want to threaten you, posting stuff on social media with Standogbe, attacking me here and there. But me, I'm not perturbed. We are not here to fight. MPP, we don't believe in all that chaos and all. They have won the presidency. That is fine. You've won majority seats. That's fine. But the situation where you want to use some, what I will call some Takashi and Patapa to snatch seats that have been won by other constituencies of that MPP has won, that is unacceptable. They should stop the threats. They should stop misleading their people. They should stop giving certain impression to their people and let them understand that in this politics it's not a 100% game. You win some, you lose some.
Abusua na ye owie chinu na Kasebo na ochemu dem we wonu abefo quantum social na new media na chede ko Facebook odo TikTok odo Instagram odo Snapchat odo adi kriyo wa be osofan X odo YouTube nso odo ena ochemu dem ye nwura oye Standogbe onanam no kakadai ono Alexander Apenyo Markins webu oye omanpanyin mahamenyimitia na ne nine de da na oye nsamtwofo nhye wo kadai onka sanchen disifu inchitaifo no na ntamontobo na ewuka sam na tutusam wudi no wonje no ana okasa na ochem de asem oken de wan kan boni bi ado eno beden webu omanpanyin mahamenyimitia ombu obi enyimitia enti ye Standogbe asem okanu ko biara enyim de on Apenyo Markins what disrespect another way bu oye mahama enyimitia osno ko biara enyim.
I have just seen a post by Mr. popularly known as Standogbe. He is an aide to His Excellency President Mahama. This is what he says, that Apenyo Markins boy better advise himself and stop disrespect towards His Excellency Mahama. Again, they have started with their threats. And I want to urge Mr. Standogbe that if he is coming to government to threaten people, then I'm not one of those to be threatened. I have not sat anywhere, stood anywhere, or said anything to disrespect President Mahama. In fact, I am only calling on His Excellency President Mahama and the leadership of the NDC to call their supporters to order to stop the violence. We need due process in concluding all the outstanding matters in this election. We need to have a peaceful collation. And if by saying so, he cannot be tolerant enough and he thinks that as a leader of my party, I don't have the right to call on the leadership of his party and for that matter the incoming government to call all those rampaging youths to order, then I'm afraid. I want to tell my respected friend, he is my junior brother, but I will not say anything disrespectful to him. He should be tolerant. What we are doing is about democracy. Ensure that due process is followed. Ensure that the right things are done. I have not stood anywhere to disrespect the president-elect, and I will not do that. The president-elect himself knows that I would not benefit from insulting anybody, including him. But what is happening is unfortunate and unacceptable, very regrettable. And I'm only saying that we need to follow due process. We don't need to attack each other with machetes. Going to polling stations to attack parliamentary candidates with machetes and guns and threatening EC officials is unacceptable. And that is the point I'm making in my capacity as the leader of my party in parliament. And that point I will reiterate. It does not mean disrespecting his party leader. By the way, my name is not Apenyo Markins. It has no S. It is Afenyo marking. And I expect my friend to do the right thing. We are here at the collation.
Enti yera Afenyo marking. And Okase no wa correct ni na mampum bo maka Afenyo markings and wa correct di no osi oye Afenyo marking inti esen ka ho Abusua aha ena embro no ba makwan mamede ewiaber premtro Kasebo no medi ebesi amo aseda enkoma big family multimedia institute BFM store trustees network group M1 no bo mechi dom mamede nsami ebe bosomo the mara so ena oye me producers bo mechi dom oye akosia adepa ena afi serum na afi oye kojo hansel obo mechi dom mamede Kasebo ebe bosomo ende ewiabere okin Kenya watamanka ende ewiabere zin a mejedo aranyana Ejata Kabana Dodona from Ejata Koko school time was porcupine. Abusua mema when na amon enite ene sha de she makra ona so mawodi tribiano ye de bochedo amon.
You are listening to Big Family Radio. Big Family Radio.